Um, Down 20 in the fourth and cut it to 6. Part of my biggest message is letting them know that there's a level of competition that we're gonna continue to have, and I was proud of that. I think that there's a lot. The one thing that I've learned is you can play in the game, and after the game you can say a whole bunch of stuff, and you go back and watch the film, and it doesn't necessarily jive. So I'm gonna reserve some of my thoughts until I look at it. It's been a crazy 24 hours, but I did like offensively. There were a lot of things that we did. I think defensively, what I'm asking them to do, the level of intensity that I would like to see, it's difficult. It is. I did it, and I told them that. Like, I understand. I want you to play so hard that you raise your hand and say, I need to come out of the game. But I'm proud of the fight that they put out, and we will be better on both sides of the ball.
Doug, speaking of that fight, how would you characterize the spirit in that third quarter, early in the fourth quarter that you saw, not only on the floor but in the huddle and timeouts?
You know, that excites me because you were in today, and a lot of the things that I addressed with them that I would like to see in that moment where things got a little choppy and a little bleak. There was no pause, the eye contact, no down heads. Everything was like, here we go. And then to watch them go out and begin to perform that gives me a good feeling inside going forward. Like, do I like to lose? No, especially to these guys. You guys obviously know the history of that one. So this hurts, but I'm going to focus on my guys and the positives that they bring. Am I going to address the things that we need to address? Obviously. But I'm going to focus on a lot of the positives and make sure and love them up at the same time.
What did you see offensively in that first half? I think you guys had 24 assists. Is that what you envisioned?
Yes. Even the 43s, I think we can shoot more. But 40 is a number that I'm like, okay, I thought that we passed up on some threes, that I'm going to encourage them. I'm going to drive them, shoot the basketball. I trust you. I believe in you. It's going to go in. I know it will. But the pace that Fox played with, the pace that DeMar played with, the pace that Malik played with was fantastic. And always Domas he's just a special player. I know he's been under the weather, and that's part of what we have to go through, not practicing for a few days, and, he's coming fresh out and he's hitting the floor. First of all, I love and respect that he would even do that, because some players won't. And we just have to now take the next step. And that will happen versus Dallas in a few days.
Doug, what are the biggest, changes that or I guess what are the first things that come to mind in terms of potential changes and things that you might like to see or do differently now that you're calling the shots?
I mean, there's a consistency on both ends of the floor, and I'm talking intensity and aggressiveness that I would like to see. And I think that goes to the joy, the competition, and the togetherness. Those are three things that I ask of them. And I thought that I witnessed all of that tonight. But it's difficult to do it at this level versus all perennial all-star and a guy who played fantastic in Reeves, and guys were making shots and getting to the free throw line. It's difficult to win in the NBA. So we have to address our consistency on both ends of the floor first and foremost. It's hard for me to say, don't worry about the outcome. We got to look in the mirror every day, and we got to say, did we do what the hell we need to do to win the ball game? And tonight, I'm just off my head before I look at the film. I'm proud of a lot of things that I saw, and I explain that to them, and I hope that they feel that. And that goes for every man. That goes for the guys on the bench, getting up, cheering, being involved in the huddle. And I'm an eye contact person. Are you engaged? Are we ready? I can see. I mean, from playing this game, that was part of what I'm looking at my competition. I look him in the eyes, and I kind of know where he's at. So that's what I want from them. And those things, they take a second. That's not an excuse, because we expect to win, period. That's what we're here to do. We're here to win.
Coach, when you were doing the color commentary, you used to always say sharing is caring, and you guys have 38 assists tonight. Is that something that you express to these guys, is get that rock moving? Yeah,
one of the things that I liked, and I've said to them, is advance the basketball. There's a lot of different ways to play with pace. We got the fastest guy in the league. That's one way. We can advance the ball up the floor. That's another way. We can move the ball and then cut fast. That's another way. There's a lot of different ways to play with pace, but all of those ways equate to assists. And 38 is a fantastic number. That excites me. We just now need to find that type of level in all of the things that we do, and it's possible. But they have to believe it. They got to go through the ups and downs. They got to battle these guys, and when it breaks through, it'll break through.
Doug, I'm just curious, you talk about people are obviously want to know what changes, right? And having stepped in there, do you give yourself a little bit of a grace period at all before you do anything too radical because of maybe what these guys have been used to and the playing style that they've been used to? And then I'm just kind of curious, the feel that you have as an assistant versus the feel that you have now as an interim head coach for this team. Are they similar, or is it vastly different?
I would say it's vastly different, but first thing is we have enough, and this is a message that I said to them. There is enough in this locker room, but how we get over that is the things that I've talked about since I've been up here: the consistency, the focus, the willingness to play for my teammate at such a high level that it hurts so bad that I need to come out the game. That's more than anything. There is enough in that locker room to win ball games. It is up to us. It's up to me to be able to find that. I do not. They are the best in the world. I'm trying to put them in the best positions to make them shine. And that is a big difference from being assistant coach. But it's something that I'm here for the challenge. I appreciate and I love them for giving me everything that they got. But that pain that it takes, we're going to need it again and again and again, every time. There's no wiggle room with that one. And that is the grace period maybe that you're talking about, but I don't accept grace period. I expect to win every time we step out on the ball floor, because there's enough in the locker room to make it happen.
Doug, where does Keon Ellis fit in terms of what you need from this team to be better, and then how he could possibly contribute to an improvement there?
Keon is a perfect example of a lot of things that I want. I think for instance, when he got in the ball game tonight, he didn't shoot the shot. He put it on the deck and he got in the lane. I'm like, I look at him. I said, listen, man, you got to shoot that. I need you to shoot the basketball. You shoot it well. Defensively, you pick up. You're an irritant. You need to get after people. So a lot of the things that he does, we need. But we need him to shoot that basketball. I need him to shoot the threes when he's in there. I don't want any hesitation. Let it fly. If he gets close enough to you, as Coach Carrill used to tell me all the time, if he's back, you shoot it. If he's up, you go by him. If he's left, you go right. And he's right, he goes left. That's basketball. It's no simpler or harder than that. Don't make it any harder, Doug. And that's my message to a player like Keon. I need your energy. I need you to shoot the ball. I need you to D up and give us everything you got with the time that you're out there. And I have no problems with Keon. I'm going to stay on him. I'm going to require a lot out of him, but I like what he brings.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Coach.